welcome everybody. We're going to be starting our Unit 2, Section 3 Chem Talk. There really isn't a Section 2 for Unit 2, so we're going to hop right into Section 3. You want to have your green sheets out and open to page 5. The top should say chemical names and formulas. All right, so hit the continue button once you have that and you're ready. Let's begin. All right, so first we'll talk about cations. And these are positively charged ions. We talked before in a previous section about how ions are just elements or compounds with a charge. And if they have a positive charge, we're going to call them cations. I'm going to do something really embarrassing, so please don't share this with anybody. But the way I remember this, right, the beginning of it starts with cat. And I think cat ions are positive. Okay, we're never going to repeat that again. So this just means that these atoms have lost an electron. So as they lose an electron, which holds a negative charge, right, they become more positive. We've talked about this before. When atoms lose an electron, just like if you lose a negative friend in your friend group, right, you become more positive. Anions are the opposite of cations. They are negatively charged ions. So what this means is that they have gained electrons. And the way I help, the way that helps me remember that anions are negative is that there is a second N, right? So there's two N's in anions, just like negatively starts with an N. So that's how I can remember the difference between cations and anions. All right, now this is going to be a term that you must know, so I would probably put a star next to it. Polyatomic. So a polyatomic ion is composed of two or more atoms that act like one single ion with one charge. Some examples of this would be OH, which is the hydroxide ion. It has an oxygen or an oxide ion bonded to a hydrogen. Right? Or we have ammonium, which is a nitrogen and four hydrogens, right, which act together to have a positive one charge. Or nitrate, we have a nitrogen bonded with three oxygens, and that has a negative one charge as a group. And then we have sulfur bonded to four oxygens with a negative two charge as the group. These subscripts written down attached to, right, some of these atoms, they need to always stay with those atoms. We do not change these. What we will be changing later is going to be the charge, but we'll get to that then. All right, so cations and anions will join together to form a neutral ionic compound, and these will have a charge of 0. So our job is going to be to cancel these charges out. Right? And if we have, right, a positive ion with a positive charge and a negative ion with a negative charge, right, if we add those two together, let's say it's like a positive 2 and a negative 2, we get 0. And that's what we mean by adding them up to 0.